Fine. If you want to make it $2,000 checks, negotiate that from the beginning. Let's have the discussion after this bill is signed, because right now we're at a point where people are left out in the dark. But to play this old switcheroo game, which is just kind of like, I don't get the point, I don't understand what's being done, why? Unless it's just to create chaos and show power and be upset because you lost the election. Otherwise, I don't understand it.
What is, in fact, the point? What was the point of all of that? After all of that unfolded, today, House Democrats are going to again try to increase coronavirus relief checks to $2,000. And joining us now are two of the co-chairs of the House Problem Solvers Caucus, Republican Tom Reed of New York and Democrat Josh Gottheimer of New Jersey. They both worked extensively on the compromise that the president finally signed into law late last night. And Congressman Reed, let me start with you, because I think we are all struggling to understand what was the point of this exercise. It threw millions of Americans into anxiety. They're all wondering when their next check is actually going to come. And from a political perspective, the president is showing that Democrats want $2,000 checks. And in fact, Republicans in the Senate don't want $2,000 checks, because we all know that this bill is likely to die in Mitch McConnell's Senate. As someone who's so invested in this process, what do you say to the president about what just unfolded?
Well, first of all, I say thank you for signing the bill in the sense that now we have $900 billion worth of COVID relief flowing to the American people, and working in the Problem Solvers Caucus, which is 50 members of Congress, equally divided. That's going to grow and strengthen the next Congress. That's putting people first rather than partisan politics each and every day. And thank goodness we have leaders like Josh Gottheimer, my co-chair on the Democratic side, to get things done. And this blindsided all of us. And working through this, I understand the president wanted to raise the checks. That's his position on the matter. And what we were able to do is communicate with him. I'll be voting for that bill, because Josh and I have supported increased checks. But we'll go through the process in the House, and we'll leave it up to the Senate.
Congressman Gottheimer, I want to talk to you about the implications the last few days of drama, seemingly pointless drama, has had on your constituents. Can you walk us through, in terms of the disruption of unemployment benefits, and also just in terms of the people you've talked to, your voters, people who live in your district, just the psychic toll of this uncertainty, of the fear that the government could shut down when it is needed the most to provide the relief that people need as the pandemic surges out of control, with its economic toll growing worse by the day?
Well, what I heard from so many people in northern New Jersey is, one, and in the end, obviously, it was a manufactured crisis and an unnecessary roller coaster. But why did we take them through this? And people are, as you know, really hurting right now. Not only have we lost more than 333,000 people in our country, here in New Jersey, we've lost 1 in 500, and 30% of small businesses have gone out. So I've heard from small business owners, from families. Someone called yesterday and said, I don't understand, my check is now going to disappear for unemployment, my extra help, because the president hasn't signed the bill, and wanting to know what's going on and how do we get this done. As Tom said, we've been at work these last days, but these last months, trying to get our leadership at the table, trying to get people to just say, how do we get people relief instead of playing politics with the pandemic? And ultimately, the good news is today it's going to start happening, right? With the small business loans, with PPP in a second round, unemployment, an extra $300 a week, food security, because so many people are in food lines for the very first time. Also, vaccine distribution. We've got resources to get the vaccine out, which, as you know, is critical right now. Add to that rental assistance, because then people won't be evicted at the end of the year. It's issue after issue. Our job is to make people's lives better, to get through this pandemic, get through this crisis and into the next administration. And I think finally, with that signature, we can begin to do that. But why we take the country through this when they're hurting so badly and people are hurting so badly makes no sense to me. But the good news is, families will get better to get help today. Small business will get help today. Communities will get help today.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.